Hello, Allegheny AJAM Banjo students. Mr. Jones here, and we're going to do one more part of the Where's My Little Dog Gone? We did the chords, and then we did arpeggios for backup. We didn't do the melody, so we're going to do that today, and we'll give you a little warm-up to start with, just doing a scale on the high strings or on the low string. Let's start on the low string for a second, and you can use your index finger like a claw hammer style. I want you to practice that way. Just kind of getting that with your index finger. And we'll use the low string. It's a matter of when you play a major scale, it's a matter of just whole steps, knowing where whole steps are and where the half steps are. It's a little formula, they might call it. And you start out with 2 whole steps. So you have a whole step and then a half step. Now, so we need to know a half step is 1 fret and a whole step is, let me think, 1 plus 1 would be 2. Okay, so a half step is 1 fret and a whole step is 2. So we have 2 whole steps and then a half, and then we have to go 3 whole steps and 1 half at the top of the scale. So let's just think about that. Open, I'm just going to hit it over and over. Then I go to the 2nd fret. There's a whole step, another whole step. Aha, there's my half steps coming up from 4th fret to the 5th fret. Good. Now we need a whole step, 5 to 7. You can look at your dots. Another whole step, 7 to 9. It's getting exciting. And then 9 to 11. And the top of the scale is that half step to the 12th fret. And a neat thing to notice about the banjo tuning here, we have that 12th fret on the low string. If I jump over to the 1st string, it's going to be the same note on the 10th fret. So let's do that low string one more time. So we'll do the same thing on the high string in a minute, but notice that low string is just 2 frets away from the high string, which is pretty cool. So open low, just do it twice. Whole step, 2nd fret, 4th fret, half step, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 12. Great. Go back the other way. 12, half step, whole step, whole and a whole and a half, whole and open. And the melodies come right out of the scale, so they don't do them right up and down in order often. Sometimes they do, but they mix them up all kinds of ways, but you can get used to the sound of that. Let's go to the 2nd string, which we have to start on the 2nd string to get our first note. Let's go ahead and do it on the 2nd string one time. It'd be exactly the same as the 4th string. So 2nd string, open, whole step, 4th fret, half step, 5, whole, 7, 9, whole step and a half. How about that? Back the way you came, half, whole and a whole, whole and a half, whole and open. So let's notice something here. When I play that 2nd fret on the 2nd string, it's the 1st string's same note. It's the tuning checkpoint for the 1st string. So it's only 1 step away from that 2nd string open to the 1st string open. So let's keep our formula in mind, kind of like a little mental challenge, and do the scale. We'll do the 1st note on the 2nd string, and then that's the 1st whole step going to the 1st string open. So that's 1 whole step. We do another whole step on the 1st string, 2nd fret, and there's our half step, 3rd fret, whole, 7, 9, and 10. Go back, 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, 2, open 1st, open 2nd. So I want you just to experiment with doing, just up and down the scale, nice and slow. You can play the notes over and over or one at a time. Let's do it one time. 2nd string open, just 1 note each. So open 2nd, open 1st, 2nd fret, 3rd, 5, 7, 9, 10. You could do a brush in between. Sounds great. And I know that, let's go ahead and get to the where has my little dog gone there for a second. So that starts up on that 5th fret. And you're going to go 5, 2, and then the 2nd string. So you have the 5th fret, 1st string. You can do a little brush in there. 2nd fret, 1st string, 2nd string. And then we get a little bit of a kind of a bluesy note or a chromatic note, you might call it. The 4th fret, 3rd string, back to that 2nd string. So it's all in the D chord there. 5, 2, 2nd string, and you have the 4th fret, 3rd string, back to the 2nd string. Try that a couple times. Where, oh, where Then we're going to go, it's the first string, and then you have the third string, 4th fret, and the open 3rd string. If you were doing the arpeggio on that A chord that we did back in the song up, you'll remember that. So second phrase is that 1st string open, 3rd string, 4th fret, and open. So the first phrase there plus that second is we're 5, 2, open, 5, 2, 2nd string, 4th fret, 3rd, 2nd, open 1st, 4, and open on the 3rd. I'll do it over and over without me talking. One more time, good. And now it gets kind of fun. You go from the 7th to the from the 5th to the 7th fret. 5, 7, 5, 3, 2, open, and 5. That's a nice phrase. So you go 5, 7, right down the scale. 5, 3, 2, open, 5. Try that a few times. 5, 7, 5, 3, 2, open, 5. So I'm going to do those 3 phrases, and the words go with them. You know, so it's, oh, where has my little dog gone? 5, 7. Oh, where, right down the scale. Oh, where can he be? And that's an A chord if you want to play an A chord down there, right? And then it goes back to that, you have a little climb here in the scale, that little 2nd, 3rd, and 5th fret. With his tail, try to find that little 2, 3, 5, and you're back to that first refrain or melody. 2, 2nd string open, the bluesy note, 4th fret, 3rd string, 2nd, open 1st, A arpeggio. And then you get the same little thing that you wound up with earlier. 5, 7, right down the scale. 5, 3, 2, open. Guess what the last note is? That 2nd string. I'll play it all without talking. So you can start with that 2nd fret. Nice and slow. And that lead in 2, 3, 5. A arpeggio. Big finish. Play it again. Oh, where's my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be? I'd like to know. With his tail cut short and his ears cut long. Oh, where can he be? Last time. That's a pretty melody. That's so pretty. And I'd like you to do it there, you know, over and over, repeat. You can follow the video and slow it down. And then you can try to find that same melody on the low strings. That'd be a nice challenge for you. If you got some extra time sitting around, you want to play, you know, the banjo a little longer, say, well, maybe could I find that melody on the low strings? I know the song. And I think you'll be amazed. You might be able to do it. And think about where you are in the scale and whether it's a half step or a whole step. A lot of good things to think about. And I'm going to wind up giving you one really neat thing to try with your right hand to start. I know some of you are interested in finger picking, so I'm going to give you one little exercise I think will be fun and sound good with the scale notes. I'll give you a pattern that features the first string mostly. And it's two ingredients in the pattern. It's a right hand finger picking pattern. Now instead of hitting the strings down with my nails, I'm going to pick back towards, you know, up picking you call it. So this will just be something you'll hear people playing this style. It's nice to know how it works. It's nice to be able to do some finger picking sometimes. There's a lot of old time music with 2 finger styles. And anyway, you're going to pick the first string. It's going to be thinking of 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first string we're going to pick with, let's just use our middle finger, 1, 2, and pick the first string on the 1st, 2nd, and 4th beat. So we'd be counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm picking on 1, 2, and wait for 3 and pick on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's one ingredient of our recipe for fun and finger picking. Then we're going to do something called a forward roll. My thumb's going to pick the 5th string or the short string. My index is going to pick the 2nd string. And then we're going to pick that 1st string, and that's going to actually be that 4th beat. So it's going to be like, you know, here's the 2 patterns. Let's just do the forward roll first for a second. So thumb, index, middle. And string wise, you got 5, 2, 1, 5. Let me see here. So that we're going to come in just like 1, 2, forward roll, starting over. So put them together, it sounds like this. I'll do it really slow. 1, 2, forward roll, and 1, 2. If I count it, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and listen, if I move around on that 1st string, just how cool this sounds. I'll just play, I'll start with that 10th fret and do it. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and half step. Open string. And if you get that pattern going good, you don't have to do it on the same strings. That last note's on that 2nd string, so I could use my 5th string and the 3rd string in that 2nd and sound like this. So you can mix and match strings there. I'll do it one more time and take that as an exercise. The pattern is the 1st string on 1, 2, the forward row, thumb, index, and then that 4th beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1st string, forward roll. So I'll do it one more time, and we'll wind up with that. Half step, whole step, 5th fret, 3rd fret, half step, 2nd fret, open, then I'm going to shift to that 2nd string. Might hit the low bass or something there. Isn't that pretty? A little bit of a right-hand finger picking pattern featuring the 1st string. Work on that Where's My Little Dog Gone melody and try to play it low. And just kind of ramble around the scale a little bit, thinking about what half steps sound like and whole steps. Enjoy your banjos, and I'll see you again soon. Keep on picking.